The Rock's offer to Cody Rhodes last Friday in SmackDown. I'm not even going to sit here and attempt to recap the whole thing, because a lot of it made no fucking sense. But he doesn't want the championship anymore, Rock does. He did a year ago, doesn't want it anymore. Now he wants his soul. Said he wants his soul, and he wants him to be his champion. Well, what does that mean? Cody Rhodes is already the champion. He's been a champion for a year. What does he gain from aligning with The Rock? Absolutely nothing. He said he wants him to go from 1 million followers to 1 billion followers. Like, who gives a fuck? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this makes absolutely no sense. This is beyond ridiculous. But I've ranted enough about it now and before. Throwing it to you, Mr. Marceau. I'm giving you the gauntlet. What was your take on that bizarre Rock segment on SmackDown last week and tying it into Elimination Chamber? Does he sell his soul to The Rock this Saturday at the pay-per-view?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I'm holding out hope that there's some kind of good out of this. Like I said, maybe someone else sells their soul, be like the corporate champion or whatever. But it's not going to be Cody. I don't think it should be Cody. It's whatever that was. I'm hoping that there's like a plan, because it was whatever he said didn't really make a lot of sense. It was kind of out of nowhere. So like I said, I guess if someone else sold their soul or became like the corporate Rock champion, okay, it could be interesting depending on who it is.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be Cody.
So who is it? People were mentioning earlier, Punk, Cena. Is it someone in the men's chamber? Because the winner of the men's chamber, let's get into it now, faces Cody at Mania. Is it Drew McIntyre? Is it, I don't think it's Damian Priest. Seth Rollins teased it on Monday. Joined the Authority 11 years ago. Also turned his back on the Shield. I mean, he's been known to do this sort of stuff in the past. Who would you put in that spot? I mean, first of all, I don't think this storyline is necessary. Let's get that out of the way first. They don't need to do this stupid storyline. They don't need it. The Rock does not need to be around at all. But if they are going to do it, who becomes the corporate champion for The Rock? Or at least represents The Rock? Is there anyone that you think makes sense for that spot?
It's tough because it's like, are they going to lean more bloodline way, or are they just going a totally different direction?
I don't think it's bloodline related.
I don't think it is either. I mean, I think Rollins, I feel like Punk doesn't really need it. Neither does Rollins, but at least Rollins, it kind of gets him in a totally different direction, like get away from the freaking Rollins shit and the stupid laugh and everything. If I had to pick anyone in the match, I'd go Rollins. Yeah, I'll go Rollins.
Rollins you would go with. I feel like we already saw that 10 years ago.
Fire it back up. I feel like Punk, I don't need to see Punk like I don't think Punk
I'm not
really
walking out there with a suit, but
I'll go with Rollins.
Okay, I'm going to say Punk. I think Punk and Cody make sense for Mania. You turn Punk heel. I wanted to see Punk heel anyway. I feel like Punk heel makes sense. I don't need to see Punk aligned with The Rock. I feel like that makes a little sense. I know there's been a lot of chats, so I'm missing a lot of them. I apologize. But Wrestling Fan 13 did say, what if The Rock is building a stable and he recruits both Punk and Cena? I don't think he gets both. You don't turn both of your biggest baby faces heel. I mean, you still have Cody among other people, but I think you would turn one of them, not both. I think if you turn one of them, it would be Punk. I don't think Cena's... I said this before, and we were shitting on Alexis a couple of weeks ago, jokingly, but I still stand by this. Not that you don't turn Cena heel, I just don't see him turning heel when it's his last year in the company and everyone wants to cheer the man. That just doesn't make sense to me. Like, what would he even
more than a year makes sense, but he is 1 year. The whole point is like the potential of him winning, so you want him to be a babyface the whole time.
Yeah. Well, that being said, you mentioned Seth. I mentioned Punk. I don't think either of those guys are winning the chamber. I'm sticking with Cena. I said he would win the Rumble, and I was wrong on that. I'm happy I was wrong about that. We avoided a Cena win on that show. I don't think we avoid a Cena win here. I think Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. I think he shouldn't, so he can stay in chase mode for a little bit longer. But what do you think? Are you sticking with Seth, or are you going with John Cena or someone else?
I mean, I don't want Cena to win, so I'm going to say no.
I know you don't want to, but what do you think is going to happen is your prediction?
I mean, I feel like I don't want Cena to win, so I'm gonna just not even put that in my. Like, I don't think Cody versus Cena at Mania literally couldn't do any little more to move my needle at all.
But what if they leaned more heel with one of them? Would that make a difference?
Probably not, because I don't think Cena's winning, and I don't think he'll beat Cody. So, at least with Punk and Rollins, I think there's a chance that they could beat Cody. I don't think Cena's beating Cody. So,
okay,
I feel it's like a lame duck. Like,
I feel like
I
Cena
don't
has a
like it.
chance.
He has a chance, but I think Rollins and Punk have a better chance.
Okay. What is
I don't know. I
Rollins?
feel like Cena. The whole point with Cena is like the whole point's him eventually winning.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you burn that in April when you have the whole year to do it?
No, I agree.
So like he could even, like you said, he could even win and lose to Cody, but like I don't know. I mean, how much longer? I feel like not that I'm like tired of it, but like eventually Cody's got to come to someone that can finally beat him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like we were all saying Orton, but like he's not even in the fucking equation right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, Punk or Rollins, I'd rather win. Like I said, could possibly beat Cody. I mean, Cena's a chance, but like he hasn't even won a singles match in years. Like, why would we all of a sudden just think he's just because he wins this, he's gonna beat Cody? I don't know. I mean, I would say Punk or Rollins. I don't want Cena.
Yeah, I think Cena's happening, but
why? I don't know why. Like
they see it as a big match. That is a big match.
But he's not gonna win.
I think there's a pretty good chance. When I said there's a chance, I think there's a good chance Cena could end Cody's reign on the 1 year that Cody won it, on the 1 year anniversary. I don't want him to. He's going to win it at some point.
Probably, if so, that's probably the worst usage you could use of Cena.
Well, then if Cena's involved, they have to turn Cena heel. They would have to, because how the fuck can you do this Rock thing? And also, but this Rock thing came together at the last minute. Can we all just acknowledge that? Like, he showed up on Thursday, or he texted Triple H on Thursday saying, hey, can I come to SmackDown on Friday? I got a great idea. This idea is garbage, by the way. But can I show up and do this idea? And he's probably like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know. I just feel
depending on how it works, like I said, is it needed? No, I think if you did it correctly, it would make sense.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't think Cena.
Will Rock even be around long enough, like often enough for this shit to matter? That was my question.
No, probably not. But depending on who it is, like I said, I think with someone like Rollins, at least they could get him in a totally different direction than he's in now. Like he's still kind of doing the freaking Rollins stuff, which is terrible. So I'm hopeful. But like Cena, like I said, the whole point of the whole retirement thing is like him chasing it. Him winning in April just makes no sense.
No, I completely agree. I'm just telling you what I think they could and probably will do. I'm completely in agreement with you on that. I don't think they should do it this early. But even Fernando had said this, Ahmed had said this earlier on. Why would you turn Cena heel during his retirement year? I mean, you could. It would be interesting. But like, he's not going to get booed. Do you think he'd get booed? Like, no one's going to fucking boo John Cena at this point. They're going to go there and buy the shirts, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on what happens. If he's out there kicking Cody in the balls, I mean, I think he'd get booed. I mean,
I don't know. Cena's pretty beloved. I'm not sure. It's not like at the Rumble. I'll tell you this. It's not like at the Rumble when he threw Jay out or almost threw Jay out. People were not booing Cena. It was pretty 50-50.
I just don't. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't give him the championship right away. I think that'd be just dumb.
That would be stupid. No, I agree. I think it's way too soon for that. Yeah, Cena hasn't won a match since 2018.
The worst part is he doesn't even have to win it. The illusion of him potentially winning it, you could burn it all year. You put him in the Money in the Bank, and like you said, he hasn't even won a match in fucking 7 years. Why are we all suddenly like, oh, now he's gonna beat Cody now?
Yep. No, I agree with
that.
Beat
Solo first, and then come talk to me.
Ahmed had also said, I feel like Cody is Cena 2.0, and his character, someone's got to be. So if his character, someone's got to be heel, I don't think either of those two are turning heel. Yeah, if we get just Cody and Cena straight up babyface versus babyface, I think a lot of people would find that boring. The build would be boring going to Mania, right?
I don't want to see the match to begin with, let alone if one of them's face or heel or both of them are. I'm out on Cody Cena.
I agree with that. The rest of the card, we'll go back to Elimination Chamber stuff, perhaps after you take off in a few minutes. But I do want to get your other Elimination Chamber predictions here before I have to let you go. Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, Toronto's own, of course, returning to the ring at the pay-per-view versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, taking the spot of Rhea and Io on the show. That's happening on Raw next week. So what do you think happens here? Does Trishy time go over, or is it Nia Jax and Candice LeRae?
I would say Stratton and Trish win here. I feel like Tiffany's been laid out at every block at the last couple of weeks. They need to win, so
yeah,
I would say Trishy time win.
Yeah, Trishy time, basic hometown win for the Canadian and the new WWE Women's Champion. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens unsanctioned match. This is going to be fucking great. Great build. I really hope they go all out here. I've said this before. I think Owens has to win this. I think he has to. He hasn't won a pay-per-view match in well over a fucking year, dude. Like, he has to win. And even, Orton comes back and cost him the win. No. That's dumb because Orton might even beat him at WrestleMania. Owens has to win at some point. He's done a lot of losing. He has to win on pay-per-view. Sami Zayn can absorb the loss. It doesn't even matter anyway. Have Kevin Owens win. What do you say, though?
I think Owens needs to win. Not like it's death to him, but like he's lost so much that he finally needs like a credible win.
Yeah.
Beating Sami here. I think Sami loses nothing in defeat, and Kevin needs it more than Sami does right now. Because Sami wins, what do you do with him from here? He doesn't really have a direction. At least Kevin, like you said, if he wins going into him facing Orton, at least there's something there.
So with Sami Zayn, you know who he might face in Mania? They've been teasing it. Karrion Kross. I'm telling you that. I mean, I wouldn't hate that. It would probably be a step down for Sami, but I like that for Karrion Kross if they go in that direction.
For Mania?
I mean, Sami's got to make the card, right?
For WrestleMania.
Yes, WrestleMania.
What do you want at Allegiant Stadium? You're trying to tell me we're going to do Karrion Kross for a Sami Zayn. Stand and deliver, maybe. I mean,
keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
If that happens, I don't know if I'll watch. That's as bad as Jade and Naomi.
Wow, that's as bad as that. Wow, Mr. Marceau hating matches left and right here. I don't know if
There's not really many matches that are really tickling my fancy right now.
Well, I think living Raquel winning the tag titles on Monday basically means that we're getting those two against Io and Dakota at WrestleMania for the women's tag team titles. Rhea wins clean next week is what I'm expecting. And the winner of the women's elimination chamber, Bianca, Naomi, Liv, Bayley, Roxanne, Alexa Bliss, it's going to be Bianca winning. She goes on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Who do you got winning the chamber, Mr. Marceau? And does Io Sky somehow factor into this so we get Rhea, Io, and Bianca? Or is it just Rhea and Bianca or someone else?
I mean, Bianca's winning.
Okay, so we at least agree on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Liv Morgan.
No, Liv Morgan's not winning. She just won the belt. She doesn't need a win.
No, I agree.
I guess Io loses and we get Rhea and Bianca. Well,
oh, say that a bit more enthusiastically for the people in the back.
I guess Bianca wins and we get her and Rhea at WrestleMania 1-on-1.
And what happens to Io Sky?
Hopefully she puts her 2 weeks in and goes to AEW. I don't know. I guess, like I said, we get her and Dakota
for the tag titles. But you don't like that at all.
No.
You hate that match.
No.
Ahmed said he sees Io being factored into a championship match at Mania. Yeah, a title being for the fucking tag titles. So that's what you mean, Ahmed.
I mean, I hope she's in there. I feel like there's she like the promo there on Raw, like you've never beat me, so now we're gonna get her beating Rhea. Rhea's gonna beat her on Raw, and
yep.
She can notch another notch on the belt. She's beating everyone, and she'll face Bianca, and Io will be 7th match on the card. Her and Dakota will beat Liv and Raquel, and the fans will. I'll be sitting on my hands. I hope you'll be sitting on your hands. I don't think anyone will care. And Io will win the tag belts for the fucking 7th time, and no one will care, and we'll move on.
Fernando might be your. Fernando even said in the chat, Sky is being screwed. Justice for Io. We said it last week. You still stand by that?
Understatement. Like I said, worst case scenario to her and Lyra. I'd rather, like I said, if that's a possibility, I'd take it, but I don't think that's happening.
Ahmed said, I see Io being factored into a championship match, and then I said the tag titles, and now he's saying, no, women's world title. No.
I don't think she is. I think it's Bianca Rhea. Unfortunately, 1-on-1. I'm a Io stan over here, and I don't think it's happening.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I want Io in that match, but I think Bianca and Rhea, honestly, they do it 1-on-1. It's rushed. I think that's a rushed match. I think they should definitely do it at a different point 1-on-1, but I don't think this year is that year. But listen, I'm very curious to see what your anticipation level is for WrestleMania. We'll talk more about it next week. Alexis said as you leave here, Mr. Marceau, week 2 of saying justice for Veer. Come on, Mr. Marceau, justice for Veer.
That's almost as bad as Sami Zayn Karrion Kross at WrestleMania. Holy shit.
I'm just throwing the best WrestleMania card out here for Mr. Marceau. Leaving on a downtrodden note. Be sure to follow him on the Twitter machine at RJ_Marceau. I got it right this time, I think. botch aside.
Justice for you.
Justice for Io, for Mr. Marceau. Think of Mr. Marceau on Saturday when Bianca wins, and again on Monday when Rhea Ripley beats her clean as a sheet, and then Io has to report to tag team division duty. We'll complain more about it next week, Mr. Marceau.
I can see it already. It's gonna be like 8:30 on Raw. They'll give us like the perfect time so you know that Io's not gonna win either. It'll be like 9:20. Like, oh, we're gonna do the tag match now. So fucking lose, and I'll be drawing myself off my bed.
Yeah, and then she could lose the tag title match at WrestleMania too.
Whatever. Go down to whatever. Who cares at this point? It's just wrestling. Hey, it's just silly wrestling.